Hello, my name is Matt Visser, and this is the back office solution for the waitlist validation solution from HealthCore. This dashboard will show everybody that you've ever sent a form to, what specialty the form is in, the type of form that you've sent, which in this case would be waitlist validation, the patient who you've sent that to, and when the form was submitted to the patient. It will also show you the status of the form. It currently supports 5 statuses. Unopened, which means it's been sent and the patient has not actually done anything with it yet. Opened, which means the patient has opened the link but has not actually completed the questionnaire. Completed, which means that the patient has completed the questionnaire. And then we also have these other 2 statuses, which are processing and closed. Processing means that somebody in the trust is currently handling the response from the patient, and closed means that the form has been looked at by somebody within the trust. Some action has been taken, whether that might be taking them off the waiting list or keeping them on it, and it's actually been handled. In order to get people onto this list, we have an import function. Rather than having a manual create patient, create form, assign form format, we've gone for an import function because we feel that with the thousands of people on a wait list, it would be easier for trusts to extract information and import it directly into the service itself. So you select import, you would select your relevant file, you then upload it, and what the service does is that it will validate the file and show you where there are issues with it. So it will show you if you have any invalid data, for example. So it will show you exactly where that data is incorrect and offer the opportunity to correct and re-upload, or indeed just skip those fields and not bother updating or adding those patients to the service. It also shows you duplicate data. We're very aware that in waitlists it would be unideal for trusts to have to produce deltas when they're uploading their waitlist, and actually it would be better for them to produce just the same list every single time. Of course, we don't want to create forms for people that have already been processed or have already completed a questionnaire. So as such, we show you any duplicates that we've received and already have forms for, and of course, you have the opportunity to skip those as well. Once you've completed that, we tell you exactly how many patients are going to receive a new questionnaire, who's going to be contacted, how many we can't process, and essentially just give you that confirmation of what you're about to do. When you select to import, all of the forms are then generated, and we inform you of exactly what's going on at the time and what we're processing. Once you close that, of course, you'll then be able to see all of the new users that you've just submitted forms for and their status. All of the objects that are in here can be searched on. You can also filter by specialty, you can filter by status, and you can also filter by time range. Applying any of these filters actually affects the export function. So if you export, you can either export all of the data that you have in front of you, or you can say that I just want to export for my current applied filters. The export function will produce a CSV file. This CSV file will have all of the information that you might want to process for your own business intelligence purposes. So it will show you the patient name, IDs, date of birth, any other demographic information, the form that they've responded to, and the answers to those specific questions in the form. Information provided on import is also played back as part of this. So information on import includes things like pathway ID, for example. So you could feasibly be able to identify patient responses by direct pathway, utilizing your own BI tooling. Downloading that will generate the file for you, and you can store that and then process it as appropriate. If you want to run through the form manually, then you can also do that too. So you can view a form. So this is one that's been closed previously. And in here, you can see all of the answers to all of the questions. So you could feasibly, without having to use any spreadsheet tooling, go through each individual form and process them one by one. To help with that, we offer the option that you can essentially reopen a form that's been closed or process a form in this same method. So what you would do is that you would have a form that's completed, etc. You would select that you want to take control of that form. That would prevent any other user being able to interrupt and potentially try and process that form at the same time as you. You would then perform any action in the trust related to the outcomes of that form. So that may be speaking to the patient or persisting them on the wait list, whatever it may be. And then once you've completed it, you mark it as closed, which means from this point forward, you know that that's now been processed and that person's waitlist status has been validated.